So, what I would like to invite you to do in this moment is simply to consider, without your conscious mind coming in and making judgments and asking questions and wondering about, but how would that work? But what does that mean? But how, but how could I make that happen? How does that happen? Try let go of that. And what I'd like to invite you to do is just first of all, come into your heart and come into that sense of loving connection that you hold with the world around you. Just into that sense of loving connection. How does it feel to rest lightly in the world? To not worry or question. And of course, my mind is going, yeah, but that's not real. And how does that actually work? And just let it go. Give yourself permission to rest, even if it doesn't make sense or my words don't make sense. Set the intention to rest within the space of your heart. And if it helps, say within your imagination, say within your mind, I give myself permission to rest within the space of loving connection with the world around me. When you do this, give yourself permission to rest within that space of loving connection with the world around you. I'd like to invite you to take a look at how that feels. How would it feel? How might it feel to simply rest within the space of loving connection? All the fears, all the restrictions, all the things that hold us back from doing it, all the judgments, the things that other people say, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, clean this, fix this, tidy that. Let it go and come into the space of recognizing that you are in connection, loving connection with the world around you. We can measure this sense of connection through our ability to see beauty, to find beauty in everyday moments. When we are resting within this connection, we see and feel and find beauty in each and every moment, in so many moments. And beauty seems to surround us and speak directly to our hearts. When we are resting within this connection, our intuition becomes stronger, passing thoughts that wander through our brains. Oh, I wonder about that. Or, gee, I keep thinking about so-and-so and scorpions. I wonder what that's all about. And then we hear a few days later that perhaps that person got stung by a scorpion or found a scorpion in their shoe. Or we look at the shamanic practices and meanings of that creature and discover that that is what was happening in that person's life. Transition and change, confronting poisons and resistance, restrictions. Let's come back into resting. Resting within that sense of connection with your own heart and the world around you. Recognizing that the ability to see and feel and find beauty in everyday moments is a measure of that sense of connection. Quite often we each have a question that arises, within our life. This could be the primary question of what it is that we're here to do. Who am I? What is my truth? It could be the passing question of what's next. It could be that question of how do I move forward? How do I leave the situation or circumstance? What's next? How do I move forward? What we are often taught to do is to push those questions aside, to focus, to get on with the real world and what you're supposed to be doing, which is earning an income, looking after the children, gathering stuff, being a good girl or a good guy. All the things that society or our families or the outside expectations place upon us. And those questions don't go away. Who am I? What's my truth? What am I here to do? What's next? How do I leave this situation or this circumstance? Whatever that question is for you. How do I deepen into this heart-centered stuff she's talking about? And the thing is when we give ourselves permission to come into that quiet space and sit with a question, day in, day out, the answers start to bubble up. They come up from our unconsciousness. They come up in synchronicities in the world around us. They come up in dreams. They bubble up. And we can turn away from these. We can get on with what we're supposed to be doing, what society expects us to do. Sensible things. Have a job, earn an income. Be a good parent. Own a house, own a car. But once those answers start bubbling up within us, when we ignore them, push them down, push them aside, they never quite go back into those corners. They never quite go back into the dark. And once you've started having those answers bubbling up, it's a bit like Pandora's box. Can't close the lid. And your only way forward is to go through. Your only way forward is to keep asking, to keep opening that box, to keep diving deeper. Keep coming into this heart-centered space. This sense of connection with your own heart and with the world around you. Keep looking for those answers. Keep looking for the questions that lead to those answers. Keep coming into that sense and space of connection and beauty. That heart-centered connection with the world around you. And one reality that we live within is that the world around us is changing. There is so much change going on. Politics changing. World leaders changing. Perspectives around climate change and oil and sustainability and resilience changing. The way we've lived our life for generations, the perspectives around all of this, so much is changing. We are in a space and a time of change, where the values that were held by our ancestors are changing, where there is a desire for something more, something deeper, a different, deeper sense of connection, perhaps bubbling up to the surface. And within all of this, it's challenging to know our way through it, to know the right things to do, the right way forward. And just within this space, within this moment, I'd like to invite you, come into your heart, into your heart-centered connection with the world around you. And then you ask him, what does this even mean? What is it that you love in the day-to-day moments? What is it that you value in the day-to-day moments? What is it that pulls you into awe and joy? And into those moments when the world around you just pulls you to stand still, to marvel. One of the challenges we have is we look for the big moments, the big pieces of beauty, a whale shark, or a manta ray, or dolphins leaping. We forget to marvel at the colors of the leaves changing, flowers blossoming. And we forget to marvel at the simple, small, gentle things. And when we can come into awareness of those simple, small, gentle things, they pull us deeper. Just within this moment, set the intention to come into alignment with the sense of connection with the world around you, with the earth beneath your feet, the skies above you, the world around you. And allow your chest to rise as you breathe in, filling yourself with air, the breath of trees sustaining you, earth feeding you, world around you. Ask yourself, what is the question that I have for myself today in this moment? And what are the steps that I need to take? And the problem is when we don't take those steps, then we can start setting resistance up for ourselves. Sometimes we can see the end picture, but we can't see the steps to get there. We know what it is we want to manifest. We know what it is we want to create. But the steps don't make sense. They're not visible. No, just in this moment, without focusing on the end result of where you want to end up, focus on the sense of connection that you feel with the world around you. And breathe into just this. Setting your intention to come into deeper connection with joy, with awe, with awareness of the beauty that surrounds you. And as you do this, knowing that this sense of connection, the sense of beauty, is something which pulls you forward into deeper connection, to deeper awareness, to deeper joy. You don't need to know all the steps just yet. It's enough to be present in this moment to your own heart and the heart-centered connection with the world around you. No, just holding your sense of awareness of beauty and allowing yourself to come into a sense of connection with the world around you. Set the intention to align with the energy of everything that you want to be experiencing, everything that you want to be creating: joy, love, support, abundance. And for you, this might mean a house or a horse or a fast car or a boat. Whatever it is, whatever symbol that has for you, I invite you to let go of the symbol and allow yourself to imagine feeling it, feeling the energy of how it is to connect with this. How does it feel to be blissfully, deeply aligned with the life that you are living, life that you are choosing to live, choosing to experience? And allow your energy to rise up through you. Allow yourself to come into the feeling instead of the thinking, feeling into how it is. And to be perfectly, joyfully aligned with joy, with love, with beauty. Not the physical manifestations, but the feeling, what it is to lie down in that field or on that beach. Allow that feeling to move through your body in as much depth, as much detail as you can. Giving yourself permission to sink into the feeling of it, how it is to be so perfectly aligned with the life that you are choosing to create, choosing to experience. As you do this, ask within yourself, what next? What is the next step to take in order to bring this into manifestation, in order to bring this into direct experience? What next? Deepening, coming into that feeling. Just allowing your breath to move through your body. Sinking into the feeling of what it is that you would choose to experience. Allowing whatever thoughts, whatever thinking needs to occur within you to surface like bubbles popping. Notice them and let them go. Pulling into the space the energy of your being, your soul, your higher self. Pulling into the space the sense of any guidance, any intuitions, any support that moves you deeper into the life you are choosing to experience and co-create. Knowing that we are moving through a period of transition and letting go of old patterns of being and expectation. Coming into just being connected, aligned with the world around you, with the awareness of beauty within this moment. Staying with this for as long as feels appropriate to you within this space. Breathing into it. Coming back to your sense of self in the everyday world when you are ready. In your own time. Thank you.